Hello, welcome to Invictus Porsche. We've got something very special with us here today. This is the Porsche 911 997 Generation 2 Turbo. Before we can get really into the all-encompassing review of what the 911 Turbo is, don't forget to press that subscribe button. Whatever money we make of YouTube gets donated to charity, so continue supporting us. Turbo is something that I'm always looking forward to getting into the driver's seat, and here I am. So from a history point of view, it's phenomenal that the first time a 911 Turbo was introduced was in 1975 as the 930 Turbo. Then we had the 964. Both of them were commonly known as the Widowmakers because unfortunately it put a lot of people to sleep, and by that you can deduce what you want to deduce. We then had the 993, the 996, the 997, the 991, and currently the 992. But for me, the sweet spot of the Porsche ownership is definitely the 997.2. Yes, there's other models that I might prefer, but from an overall reliability, classic point of view, and what people commonly like out there, it has got to be the 997.2. And one of the main reasons behind that is these were produced around the global recession in 2008. So very few of them ever sold, so the number of these are limited out there. Therefore they have skyrocketed in values, and these are going to be the first of the model classic that are very soon going to be worth 100 grand plus. Well, definitely the 997 GT3s are. This is the ultimate statement car, and what it can offer performance wise is absolutely phenomenal. I reviewed a 911 991 GT3 RS, a 2015 model GT3 RS, and the performance figures of this 3.8 litre direct fuel injected, variable, geometry turbocharged engine beats the performance of the GT3 RS. Let's just get that out there. I mean, you're looking at 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds, whereas the GT3 RS did it, as a matter of fact, in 3.3 seconds. The BHP out of this 3.8 litre turbocharged engine is close to 500 brake horsepower, to be exact 493, and the torque is absolutely phenomenal. 650 Newton meters of torque. Wow, God, that is something. And if you're somebody that likes to know MPG, etc., I mean, this comfortably does approximately 25 miles per gallon, and depending on a mixture of driving, you could be doing up to 30, and on a motorway it easily is able to give you in the mid-30s. And all I can say is that if you are looking for the ultimate statement car, and a car that is able to give you this kind of performance, then you buy a 997 Turbo. I genuinely think that potentially the newer model turbos are probably a bit too fast and a bit lethal, and at least this strikes an extremely comfortable balance. I mean, in third gear, comfortably going up to speeds that I don't want to be saying on cameras, but what a car it is. This is done 18,980 miles, so clearly owned by collectors. It's got a full Porsche owner have one here. And now let's get into talking about the exterior spec. What I love about this turbo is the insane amount of optional specification it has. On paper, about £20,000 worth. This is in the basil black metallic color with the xenon headlights, LED daytime running lights with 19-inch turbo alloys. What I love is just listen to the sound of these doors. These are, as a matter of fact, an optional. They are made out of aluminium. And what I specifically love about the turbos is how amazing and aggressive the styling looks. Just look at this and these wider hips. And on the back you've got the 3.8 litre direct fuel injected engine. What an insane amount of power it produces. It's absolutely phenomenal. Spec wise, you would love to know that it actually produces close to 500 brake horsepower, and it's got PADM, the Porsche active dynamic engine mounts, PASM from factory. It's 10mm lowered, and additionally you've got the Chrono Sport Plus package on this 911. So you've got all the spec you really need in the world. And then if you come onto the inside, the spec just doesn't end there. You've got these beautiful sports seats, and the interior is mostly draped in this beautiful Carrera red natural leather interior. So this is natural leather. It's quite a huge expense. You've got the roof finished in Alcantara, you've got the Porsche crest here, and the seats are not just the manual operating sports seats. You've got these buttons here to adjust the seats, and you can have the two keys programmed to two separate users. And in the middle you've got the PDK gear shifter here, so the dual clutch gearbox. And here you find that it's got the touchscreen PCM with European navigation system, Sport Plus button, as well as PASM. Both of the front seats are heated. It's got the Bose, and overall the mileage is absolutely phenomenal. This has done 18,976 miles in total. So, this has been a very well cared for and looked after car, and definitely a future car, and probably one of the very first Porsche 911 turbos from a classic point of view that are going to hit 100 grand in no time whatsoever. I really hope you've enjoyed the review. Don't forget to press that subscribe button, and if you've got any questions about this car, currently it's in our stock, feel free to reach out. See you in the next review. Bye bye.